It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Phoenix Suns. And guys, for the Suns, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And tonight, two teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the break.
Well, I'm not a guard, but I have led the break before. And what you need to do, you got to keep your eyes ahead, have to see the whole floor. You got to be willing to make that extra pass, Ernie.
Wow. You talk like a guard.
Yeah.
You were like a point guard up there.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man. But don't force things. That's the other part. You know, just make the easy play. And if it's not there, slow it down. Set up your half-court offense, and then get it into the big guy if you have one.
But don't you want to get the crowd on its feet? Don't you want to make that play that gets the whole arena up?
Yes. You know what they used to call me, Ernie?
What's that?
Shaquille Johnson.
Wow. Because he was like magic, but he was Shaq.
I get it, Kenny.
Oh,
I get it.
Sometimes you don't.
Not that dense. Shaquille Johnson.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. We've got a Western Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season. And last year, they were able to take the edge in the series thanks to some clutch play.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak of 7 or 8 games, and the mentality in the locker room changes. The coaches maybe clue into rotations and maybe combinations of guys that all of a sudden you're feeling good about what you worked on in training camp and what you grinded through. Now you start to have some success with it. So the biggest thing is just don't panic.
And trust the plan.
Wow, I thought you might have gone process, but you did plan.
On purpose.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I've got to think. So the opening lineup for the Suns. They've got Trevor Ariza. Jackson is out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Ayton. And it's Warren in at the 4 slot.
Well, Paul George is tall, as he got that length, but he also has a high release point, so that helps him get a few more shots off without the contest bothering him.
Now, here's Warren. And in the game with Memphis, he did not play well. 6 to shoot. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Ayton gets to Ariza. Just 5 on the clock. Rejected by Grant. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Westbrook. That's tipped.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Here's Jackson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis. Passes it to Ayton. And there's Jackson on the assist by Ayton.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now, here's Adams. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Boston.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Here's Booker. Steven Adams making his last shot. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Thunder have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Dishes it to Grant. Now here's Adams. D right on him. Back to Grant. Outside Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Nice D from Warren. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Warren's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, just working on extending that range, T.J. Warren in the offseason, wanting to be a better three-point shooter. Nice to see him knock one down.
Here's Robertson. To the middle. Here's Adams, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Adams has got 6.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Jackson kicks to Booker. That one doesn't drop. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And their aggressiveness on D, for me, it felt like that was the advantage that turned the tide for them.
Well, fast and physical, sometimes you can get lost if you get out of whack. They had great discipline on that end of the floor, and that led to some key stops, and they got the win.
Now, here's Grant. Robertson can't hit.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. No good from Grant.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Ariza goes in. Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
And gliding to the rim there. Ariza looking graceful on that move.
Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Over Booker, and he can't bank that one in. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Paul George.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Westbrook against Booker. Phoenix grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
And this is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort. Just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
Now here's Ayton. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Takes the 13-footer.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Here's Booker. Following the score by Oklahoma City over Westbrook. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Booker's got his first 2 points of the night. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 3-point game. From about 19 feet, Oklahoma City the rebound, and Adams kicks to Westbrook. No good from outside.
Okay, and he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
The Thunder leading by 3. Now the pass to Robertson. Grant with the ball. Defended by Booker. Here's George. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now, here's Warren. Ariza no luck.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
The free throw drops for Grant.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. And Grant drops them both.
And the Suns have never won an NBA title. It's amazing for such a proud and storied franchise. Just one trip to the finals since the merger back in 1993. That was when they lost to the Chicago Bulls.
Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. From the line. A second chance effort. Here's Ayton. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Just such strength on these finishes. When you foul Ayton, you really have to hit him to prevent the basket.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And that one misses. And you think about the Suns team with Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, Danny Ainge. Brent, they had a chance.
Well, a guy named Michael Jordan ruined a lot of the title chances for a lot of teams. The Suns were one of them. They came close, but eventually MJ's Bulls a little bit too tough for that Phoenix Suns team.
The Thunder leading by 5. Schroeder passes to Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Pass to Ayton. Booker up top. He's covered by Felton. And that one drops.
Just a great attack mentality. Got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's George. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Daniels. No good on the 3. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Leading by 5. Here's Patterson to the inside. And stolen by Ayton. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Oklahoma City. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler is checked in for Ayton. And it's Crawford in for Devin Booker. Here is Daniels. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. In the corner, it's Crawford. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, defensively, the scheme has to be that Jamal Crawford can't get comfortable on offense too late. That floater was nasty.
Now here's Noel. We saw him with 10 points last game. And Patterson kicks it over to Schroeder. From outside the arc. The shot, no good. The Suns go the other way with it. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Pass to Holmes. Crawford against Felton. Shot clock at 5. Launches it. Crawford, no luck. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Inside, here's Patterson. The layup off target.
I know it's physically impossible, but he's got to be kicking himself. He knows he's got to make those.
Crawford looking over the floor. In the corner, Daniels. No good. That would have tied it. Oklahoma City shooting just about an even 40% to start. It's Schroeder with the drive. Trying to end the drought. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Schroeder's got his first bucket of the night. Suns trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Okobo and the rejection by Noel. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
He hits both from the stripe.
The Thunder, one of the lowest rates of assists in the league last year. Also, a team that does not move the ball around all that much to gain some advantage with strong side, weak side movement. So we'll see isolation, we'll see pick and roll, and very few passes in a contest like this.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
There's the feed to Chandler. And the shot goes down.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
And the Thunder had great talent, but their offense hasn't allowed all their players, Brent, to flourish at the same time. Why is that?
Well, it's just a team that doesn't have a commitment to a flow style of offense. They have such great talent that I think the talent tries to take on the load sooner in offensive possessions than maybe the coaching staff would like, and they have great individual scorers. That's what these guys have done in the league for a very long time.
To the inside, Schroeder, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Here's Daniels. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Yeah, feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Now, here's Felton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He kicks it to Patterson. They get it back, and slam dunk by Noel.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
And so here's Phoenix following the score by Oklahoma City. And the rejection by Noel.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can't be too physical with Patrick Patterson when he's aggressive. He's pretty good at picking up some contact.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good.
Well, Patrick Patterson had some great years where he showed his three-point shooting prowess, but if he can get down into the post and score there as well, it's another option for their offense.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
There's Crawford with the three. Thunder with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means to him.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys, controlling the game, making sure that everyone's feeling in the right mood to play and willing to sacrifice for one another.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component, motivating guys to give their all.
And Russ certainly leads by example with his competitive zeal, but he understands also he's got to bring his teammates with him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Nerlens Noel is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Felton. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Abrines in at the 3. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Down low. No good on that one. And Phoenix the other way now. They host the Spurs after this one. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his 2nd season in the league, and he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. You're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, D.A. Here's Crawford. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Crawford.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford looking comfortable from behind the arc on that one. Tough to lock him down out there. You're worried about him driving around you.
Now here's Schroeder to the paint. Chandler with the steal. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Now Daniels. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Daniels has got 5 points so far. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 3-point game.
The 2nd overall pick in 2001, Tyson Chandler, again, started his career with the Bulls, where he and Eddie Curry were supposed to be a new version of the Twin Towers. That never quite worked out, and Chandler had 3 different coaches there in Chicago in his first stint.
Schroeder looking around, kicks it to Patterson. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Daniels. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Thunder have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the 2nd quarter, shooting 40%. Back to Schroeder. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. At the end of last season, the Suns' Devin Booker says he's done not making the playoffs. He said he'd challenge himself to get better. But, Brent, did you read that as maybe an ultimatum to the Suns?
I don't know. I mean, build a winner or he's gone. Is that the kind of ultimatum we're talking about? I did like the idea that he talked about him first getting better, because that's your job as a player in the offseason. But we'll see with the additions the Suns made and their young nucleus. Maybe the new coach coming in, Igor Kokoskov, maybe they'll start paving that road now.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Here's Grant. Was shot missing. Nice D from Warren. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the 2nd quarter. Ariza passes to Ayton. Lock at 6. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
The Suns trail. Ariza finds Booker. Back to Ariza. Tipped away, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Westbrook against Booker. Clock at 4, 16 feet away, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. And here are the Suns now. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
And Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas, a hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. And Jackson plays with a great motor. He's got some grit in his game.
I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, plays with that chip on both shoulders. But give me a guy who cares. As a coach, better to have guys you need to rein in rather than those you have to kind of force to be aggressive.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. When it comes to veteran players, Brand, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. And he nails the 3rd. And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league as really just a raw athlete, it's a credit to his work ethic.
Ooh. Okay.
That's how you attack. Wow.
I mean, it is really like he's jumping off of a trampoline out there. Westbrook can do anything he wants when he gets up like that.
And Booker kicks to Warren. And the Suns miss again. The Thunder have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
And the shot by Warren, no good. Robertson, the pass to George. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Robertson being aggressive that time, so staying away from the catch and shoot game and taking it at the defense.
Well, we see Andre Robertson making his return from the ruptured patellar tendon of winter 2018.
Just how disruptive was it for Billy Donovan and the Thunder to lose Andre Robertson last year? The numbers were staggering in terms of the defensive rating when he was on the floor, just how good they were. And the guy averages less than 5 points a game for his career, but his impact defensively cannot be understated.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a power forward in college. Robertson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
Both shots good from the stripe. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
Westbrook finds Adams. Back to Westbrook. 5 to shoot. A shot by George, wide open. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Got a piece of it. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Grant. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
And Grant at 6'9", using that length right there. A nice soft touch in close to the rim.
Ariza kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Booker. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Booker.
You have to be alert if you're guarding Devin Booker. He's terrific at cutting apart the defense with the dribble move.
Westbrook against Booker. It's George on the wing. Outside Westbrook. And stolen by Booker. Over Westbrook. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Robertson. Rebound by the Suns. Ariza outside. The pass to Jackson.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
You know, T.J. Warren is a great scorer. However, many of those buckets he puts in do not include, Brent, the 3-ball.
No, he plays in the mid-range game. Once he gets to certain spots in the mid-range and gets his feet set, he's going to end up scoring 2 points. So off-balance runners, he gets fouled. Just really has a nose for scoring the ball.
Both free throws good from Warren.
And remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his 2nd season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple. A professional scorer.
No good that time. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
I like to see this from Westbrook when he focuses on hitting his guys. It can make the entire team better.
Suns trail by 3. And with Warren, with kind of an old school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
4 on the clock. Charity stripe shot. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The first one falls.
And if you look at the numbers for Devin Booker last season, I mean, he upped his assists and rebounding, his scoring and shooting percentages. He has continued to impress with his development.
And Greg, if you know anything about Devin Booker, so dedicated to his craft. What's next for him, you think, in taking his game to the next level?
No doubt. I think it starts at the defensive end. I mean, he's one of the league's best at scoring the basketball, but defensively, I think that's going to be the challenge if he wants to become truly an elite player.
And here's George for 3 with the second effort. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Bucket is good. Adams has got 10 points in the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Ayton, the pass to Ariza. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. Here's Westbrook, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Again, more attack mode play from Russell Westbrook. He just puts it on the deck and draws contact.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
So interesting with Russell Westbrook. Never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school, and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
And he can't hit the second. And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp in Atlanta. His name wasn't on the list. He had to sit in the lobby for 4 hours before they let him in.
That story is hard to believe. Obviously not a blue chip recruit, and I don't think that Russell Westbrook ever thought about seeing himself in the NBA at any point. Was just hoping to get a scholarship, and that second season at UCLA opened up some eyes about just how athletic and explosive he could be. Here we are today. Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Schroeder finds Westbrook. The shot missing. And Phoenix the other way now. Ariza has the open look. It's good from long range. Ariza's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Booker against Westbrook. Back to Schroeder. Lob pass to George. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
There's 1:17 left to play here in the second quarter. Booker outside. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Ariza outside. And a miss there on the triple. The Thunder with the lead. And here is Patterson. 6 points for him. Outside, George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
And Greg, Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Noel comes in for Adams, and Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Okobo is guarded by Schroeder, lays it up off the glass. 6 points for him.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Excellent D there from George. Schroeder, right side. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Crawford with the ball. With 1 on the clock, Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Tyson. Looks like two different teams after the loss. What's the difference?
Well, we just can't allow them to stay around close. You know, last night we had a letdown. Tonight we got to do a better job of getting down, staying our ground, playing defense, and taking advantage of this game.
Tyson, thanks a lot for your time. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Second half underway. Here's who Igor Kokoshkov's got on the floor. Warren is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Ayton. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Booker in at the 1 spot. And that one drops for him.
Now, Booker has a bit of that Klay Thompson in him. It feels like when he gets going like this, he can be very, very dangerous.
Westbrook surveying the D. Feeds it to Grant. Stolen by Warren. Kicks it out to Booker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Outside Warren. Ayton kicks to Warren. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, George. Here's Westbrook. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Westbrook's got 5.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now here's Ayton. Adams defending. Jackson has the open look. Phoenix no good that time either.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another. And you need both elements working together.
I love the confidence. Ayton knows he must continue to hone his jumper, especially shooting it off the catch. And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. From 10 feet out. Kicks it out to Booker. Hits the 3-point bomb. Booker's got it all tied up now for the Suns.
Booker shooting the ball immediately off the pass. Defense, really no chance.
To the middle. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Down low, Ariza trying to break loose. That's good from Booker on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 3 assists tonight. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
What's the saying? If you're going to lose big. A lot of teams adopting that strategy again last season, the final year before the lottery odds are going through some new machinations and a bit of a change. The Suns, though, they kind of took the cake last year and ended up with the #1 pick.
Thunder have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. On the wing, George over Ariza. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with a new 24-second shot clock. Robertson dishes to Grant. Connects from 3-point range. Grant's got 4 this quarter.
Wow, Jeremy Grant continuing to work on his game, stretching it out to the 3-point line.
And the Suns, all those draft picks, bringing in some help, and Brent, they needed it.
Yeah, they're going to need that help quickly in order to compete, but with a new coach and a new language down there, it's going to be interesting how much both the front office, the coaching staff, and these players latch on to a new path for the Suns to get themselves competitive as quickly as possible.
Booker against Westbrook. They get a hand on it. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Westbrook's got the ball. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Robertson started that on the defensive end, just clawing that basketball away.
Suns trail by 7. And Booker kicks to Ayton. Back to Booker. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. You know, Brent, when you think of Devin Booker, you immediately think scoring. But he's become, as time goes on, an excellent facilitator as well.
Well, I think he's learning to do that, Kevin, because of the playing time that he's getting. And the defenses that he has seen in the early part of his career have been quite unique. You know, 2 out of the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, he's averaging over 20 points. So the passing part of his game, the more feel part of his game, it's coming along nicely.
Free throw good, Booker.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
Felton the pass to Grant. Over to the left wing. Westbrook throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It goes on Devin Booker.
Oof, this guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And Grant no good on that one.
Russell Westbrook with 2 straight seasons, 2, of averaging a triple-double. This is a feat that we thought we would never see again. And Russell backed up the one campaign with another. Just remarkable stuff.
And the Thunder placing so much, Brent, on Westbrook's shoulders. It's asking a lot.
It's asking a lot. I'm not sure how much Russell actually feels it. He just goes out and continues to put up just staggering, eye-popping numbers. And to get where they want to go, I think they're going to have to find a way to complement him in some way. And he's going to have to trust in those teammates in order to push the envelope a bit.
Jackson kicks to Warren. Booker outside. 6 to shoot over Westbrook. No good from Booker.
And really credit their advantage on the backcourt. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
The shot from the low post is good. Booker's got 12 points here in the second half.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in, and Phoenix making a change here. Pass to Booker. Suns moving the ball around to the paint with the putback.
And these are the shots you want Ayton taking. He's just so smart on offense.
The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Westbrook. He has 7. Here's George. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Okobo. Booker with no one around. But they get it back. And stolen by Noel. George against Jackson. And there's Paul George on the assist by Noel. George has got 16 points.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Pass to Jackson. Okobo lays it up off the glass. 8 points for him.
Oh, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
Westbrook finds George. Over Jackson. And it's George again missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in steals and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And looking back at his #2 steal rate, yeah, he did gamble a little bit, you're right. But he also played some hard-nosed on-ball defense, and that was key. Okobo.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. For the Thunder, Patterson comes in for Steven Adams, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Ayton. Troy Daniels comes in for Josh Jackson. And it's Crawford in for Booker. And it's the Suns with the ball. They trail by 3. Here's Crawford. Misses off the left iron. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They host the Clippers after this game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. And that one is good.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Crawford against Felton. Lets a floater go. Chandler kicks to Daniels. No good on the triple.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Suns trail by 5.
The Suns coach Igor Kokoskov, the NBA's first ever head coach, born and raised outside of North America. He will not be the last, but a great opportunity for Phoenix as this guy's paid his dues. 18 years as an NBA assistant, including 5 early years in Phoenix.
Okobo. Chandler dishes to Daniels. Passes to Holmes. Crawford with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. And Kokoskov, a pioneer, the first D1 college assistant coach out of Europe, also the first in that role in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA, he reached the conference finals 7 times and the finals twice. So he's seen what it takes and what type of competitive environment it is when you reach those elite levels. And in 2004 was on the staff for the Detroit Pistons when they won the NBA title against the Lakers. So been around a lot of winning.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. So he gets them both. Now here's Schroeder. It's George on the wing. Over Daniels. A terrific shot on the turnaround. George has got 4 this quarter.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
In the corner, Daniels. That 3 off the mark.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Okobo is guarded by Schroeder and stolen by Patterson. It's Schroeder with the drive. Missed inside.
Just not his night so far, guys.
Looking to get it going. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Daniels has got 9. The Thunder leading by 3. Schroeder kicks to George. Over Daniels. And there's Paul George on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists in the game. Phoenix has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. 5 to shoot. Here's Chandler, and it's Noel with the rebound.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling, exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And he gets it to go. And now a 7-point Thunder lead.
Well, you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Offensive rebound. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Thunder.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
And he knocks down the first one.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Daniels. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, the Suns with just 21 wins last season. That's the second worst record in franchise history. This is a very proud franchise. So only their inaugural season as an expansion team in the NBA back in 1969 was worse. Brighter days for the Suns ahead.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now Schroeder. He kicks it to Patterson. Shoots over Holmes. And it's good off the back rim and in. And now a 9-point Oklahoma City lead. Here's Crawford. Offline from the high post. And so it's Oklahoma City in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Thunder leading by 9. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, Robertson and George fill out the wings. Patrick Patterson is out there with Noel, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. He's looking for Patterson and finds him. Lets it go from 14. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Suns trail by 9. Okobo, he's guarded by Schroeder. Inside, here's Warren, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Warren's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Suns. Schroeder kicks to George. Over Ariza. That doesn't go either for George.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
This is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there. The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
Kicks to Crawford. And there's the pass to Warren. Crawford finds Holmes. Inside, here's Warren. The shot will not fall.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be. A lot of high hopes for Schroeder when he signed his 4-year deal back in 2016. His development hasn't continued at a high level, at least high enough for some people to take notice. So shooting from a distance, still an issue for the young point guard.
Well, with Schroeder, he just isn't consistent enough from three-point range as point guards need to be today.
Well, last season was just a shade under the 30% range. He's still a great scorer by slashing and going to the rim, but that's going to tire you out. Teams back off and make you prove it. We'll see if Dennis can find some consistency from that range to be more dangerous.
And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end. On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too.
Patterson can't get it to go. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And it's Warren with the ball for the Suns. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And Booker kicks to Ayton. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 13 with that last one. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. For the Thunder, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Westbrook with the bucket.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Ariza kicks to Booker. At the elbow, it's Jackson. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Over Booker. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And 12 points for Russell Westbrook.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Ayton with it. Now defended by Adams. Ayton, the pass to Warren. Now Ariza. 4 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams is...
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Grant against Warren. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Devin Booker.
Yeah, there's sometimes games where Westbrook takes personal challenges at the big guys.
Russell Westbrook, passionate about the game of basketball, Brent, we know that, but fashion among his foremost interests outside the game.
Yeah, the honor the gift fashion line, which, you know, Kevin, you and I don't think we have much in our closets from that, but got to respect it. Fearless, not only on the court, but off the court in some of the attire that Russell Westbrook brings to the game.
And the first one drops.
Just how fierce a competitor Russell Westbrook is. He just lays it all out there on the line every single night.
And both free throws good for Westbrook. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program. It's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Igor Kokoshkov coaching his team during the break. He knows his team is struggling tonight from the three-point line, so he told them to go for more quality shots inside. We're shooting way too many threes, he said. No more Hail Marys. Let's get inside to the post. Back to you guys.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Adams in the high post. And it's Grant in the corner. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 9 points for Trevor Ariza.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
Westbrook against Booker. It's deflected. Jackson from long range. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists in the game. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Bounce pass from Westbrook. And stolen by Ariza. Stolen by George. Here's Adams. That one's off. Still out of sync. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. The open shot from Jackson gets the front of the rim and out. Oklahoma City shooting reasonably well, 45%. Westbrook. Yep, that one goes.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Here's Booker. Banked in off the glass. Booker's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, Booker playing very aggressive, constantly looking to score and not taking no for an answer.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Outside, George. Here's Adams. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Pass to Jackson. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Booker against Westbrook. Here's George. The shot misses. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Paul George with the steal. To the wing right side. Fires the three. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Grant. Grant's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Ariza kicks to Booker. Out left to the wing. Ayton wide open. Phoenix no good that time either. The Thunder leading by 8. Westbrook finds Grant. Another shot. Adams with it. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Grant. Just 5 on the clock. Over Jackson. Grant. That's good. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
We love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Good ball movement here by the Suns. Picked him clean. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Suns trail by 12. And here's Jackson. Pass to Ayton. Poked away. Kicks it out to Ariza. Warren on the wing. He's covered by Grant. And the shot by Warren, no good. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
Jeremy Grant, some change in the couch here, finding some offensive rhythm for the team.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the Suns call time.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, it's his job to keep their offense ticking, and tonight he's earned his keep. He's been able to find open teammates everywhere, feeding the post, creating open jump shots on the perimeter. His passing has been the best element of his game.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Well placed alley-oop pass into the layup. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Jackson kicks to Ayton. Booker looking around. Ariza against Adams. Clock at 4. They need this. Ariza no up.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
Adams brings the double team. Tries it from 19, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Oklahoma City leading by 16. Westbrook kicks to George. The pass to Robertson. He dishes it to Westbrook. George against Ariza. George with the bounce pass. Robertson can't hit. Suns trail by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Oklahoma City.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Russell Westbrook.
What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
And George kicks to Grant. There's the dish to Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. So it's Phoenix now. It's a 13-point game. They double him with George. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there with that size and length. Tough to shoot over.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Pass to Ariza. Paul George with the steal. And they're running. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.